Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be talking about the top 5 games you should absolutely try on the Eden emulator. If you're not familiar with Eden, it's a new emulator for the Nintendo Switch. If you've ever wanted to play console-quality games on your phone or tablet, Eden makes it possible. We'll look at titles that run smoothly, look amazing. In this video, the top 5 games, which I've decided to pick to be played, are games which are popular picks. Not all of them are as demanding as the other, but visually they all look really good. Now, let's get right into the games. First on the list is an all-time favorite, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. This game is a perfect example of how far emulation has come. On Eden, especially with the 3.0.4 update, the game runs at a buttery smooth 60 frames per second, which is essential for a fast-paced racer like this. It's important that the version of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe is 3.0.4 or higher, as the base game doesn't support NCE and will give you a much slower performance using JIT. With the new update, the game has been more fluid, not dropping frame rates or going as low as 15 frames per second most of the time. Coming in next is FIFA 23. Now with Eden, FIFA 23 becomes fully playable, running at a solid 60 frames per second with surprisingly stable performance across all the different game modes. What sets it apart is that it's not just a quick kick-around mode. You're able to play career mode and manage your career, which is something you won't find in any Android-native football game that's as in-depth as FIFA 23 and has as many licensing. The visuals are solid for a PC port to the Switch, with detailed stadiums, fluid animations, and fairly responsive gameplay. Though there are a few graphical issues and weird stutters which are present on FIFA 23, such as the tournament badge not rendering on the players' kits, or the annoying graphical issue where your player indicator doesn't appear. Weird stutters appear every 30 to 60 seconds, and usually last a second or less. This could be a reason why some users may stay away from playing FIFA 23 until a newer update of Eden fixes it.
Well, it's a straight red and rightly so, but how will they replace him? They've got to reorganise now.
And he clears the danger. Tremendously strong in the tackle. And here's Saliba. And promising stuff from Arsenal. On to Jesus. Shot attempted. Opportunity missed. Now with Jorginho. And well, play stopped. It is a free kick. But it is a caution.
Now let's talk about Super Mario Odyssey, a game that truly shows off what the Switch was made for, and now what Eden can handle. The game runs at 60 frames per second most of the time, and even though there are rare dips to around 20 to 30 frames per second in busier scenes, it's barely noticeable and doesn't take away from the experience. Odyssey is visually stunning. Whether you're leaping across skyscrapers in Metro Kingdom, or exploring the lush, overgrown landscapes of the Wooded Kingdom, the environments are rich with detail and charm. The controls are tight, and the game responds well, especially if you're using a controller. Another bonus? Odyssey is packed with content. It's not just a quick platformer. It's a full-on adventure with massive levels, secret moons, and tons of collectibles. You can easily spend 20 to 30 hours on a casual playthrough, and even longer if you aim for 100% completion. Next game we're talking about is Super Mario 3D World. Unlike Odyssey, which focuses more on open-world exploration, 3D World brings that classic level-based Mario experience. But with a twist, it supports multiplayer too. We can see that it's generating a good frame rate, capping at 60 frames per second. There's some parts in more intensive areas where a few frames drop, but nothing that ruins the game. Keep this in mind. Performance can dip slightly if your device starts getting too hot. This is especially true after long sessions, where the frame rate can drop a bit. Although this might stir trouble, it's still totally playable. With tight controls, charming music, and creative levels, Super Mario 3D World is another great title to have recommended. And finally, we have Persona 5. This game is a little different from the rest. This game isn't a game in need of a high frame rate. Because of this, it's capped at 30 frames per second by default. You can apply mods to boost it to 60 frames per second, and it runs surprisingly well on Eden with very little stuttering. It's easily 70 plus hours of content, meaning that you'll have tons of time on the game. This is extremely useful if you're looking for a game to play during your free time or holiday. Now, I did notice some minor graphical issues, mainly small jittering with the main character and some texture flickering, but nothing game-breaking. These stutters will likely be fixed in a future update, as they don't seem like something where they aren't patchable. The overall performance is stable, and the game plays without crashes or major slowdowns.
Oh! Now then.
Hold on a sec. I feel like I'm...
I'm glad you stick to your guns.
Persona! Ravage them!
It's time. Go down!